101.5 FM, and that is Doug Bruce there and Coffee Road. And of course we are doing a preview of the Urban Country Music Festival, and Doug Bruce of course is doing the Saturday night concert, and so the big Friday night concert, the big Saturday night concert. But you've heard Tracy talk all night about one of her favourite gigs at Urban. She lets her hair down. She's already finished doing all of her work. Sunday night,
the best concert of the whole festival, in my opinion.
Urban Blaze. And we get we've had a few star makers over the last couple of weeks, and here's another one, and she joins us on the phone now, Lyn Bowtell. G'day, Lyn, how are you?
I am fabulous. How are you guys?
Oh, terrific. We've had a great night. I tell you, we've had a very, very busy night. A few little technical problems, but I tell you what, we've come out on top.
Look, I know, it's the way it works, isn't it, modern society, but you know what, it's better than peddling for making the electricity, isn't it?
Well, that's true. Although actually Darren is peddling, it's okay. He's the house peddler.
I can't even hear him puffing.
I know, it doesn't take much.
Well, I saw this picture before when Tracy said, have a look at this, and I went, who's that? And she said, that's Lyn Bowtell on your new website. And I've gone, no, it's not. I've seen Lyn Bowtell before.
With the dark
That's
hair.
not Lyn. Wait. It's a whole new look, new album, the whole thing. It's all happening.
Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff happen the last 5 or 6 years, the big changes in my life, and I think that's reflected in what I've done musically as well as what you see, I guess.
We were at we spent a lot of time going around to the amateur festivals, and see all of the talent circuit, which is very, very important for aspiring artists. And it wouldn't...
I cut my teeth.
I cannot believe the amount of times where I hear it, and I hear some young lady say, this is written by Lyn Bowtell. Here's a song written by Lyn Bowtell. My favourite songwriter, Lyn Bowtell. You've had whether you know it or not, you're having a huge influence on young performers.
That is really lovely. That's beautiful, because I seriously grew up in Queensland on the country music circuit doing the exact same thing, going around to all the amateur festivals. I met all my closest friends sincerely at these festivals, people like Duncan Toombs, who I've known nearly my entire life. And, you know, I just think that doing that wasn't so bad, you know. We managed to hang out in front of campfires, sing old country songs, and the competition side of it was just an added thing on the end, you know. It was more about the friendships and the music being about community and family. And I think that if people are singing my songs at those things, that's really cool. That's such a lovely compliment.
And that's something that you just said then that brings to light, like we're not 20 anymore, I'll have to say that. So we sort of went to those concerts 20, 30 years ago, and we found that back then that, you know, it was a community and it was a family and everyone was friendly and everyone would back everybody and help them out. Yeah. If you forget your words, they'd mouth them for you in the audience and things. And we sort of thought, you know, that's what a beautiful stage in life to be when you've got that. But, you know, we're still walking around festivals 30 years later, or even a little bit more than that sometimes, and we're seeing exactly the same thing. Kids are up there performing one song right now, like they're on the front of that stage performing, and then the very next song another artist gets up and the person who just performed is now on a guitar backing them.
I know, it truly is an amazing thing, because it's a competition and you'd think it would be cutthroat, but truly it's more about everyone getting in there and having a go. And I just think it's such a lovely way to embrace music and to teach young people, you know, I wouldn't say I'm old, but there are a lot of young people out there who are having a go at music, and it's such a great way to get into it, you know. So,
Lyn, do you see yourself as a singer-songwriter, or is there a preference to go one way or another? Do you see yourself as a songwriter who sings, or how would you describe yourself?
I would say I'm a singer-songwriter. I've always written songs since I was 6 years old. I just didn't have a vehicle, you know, to keep them saved, if you know what I mean. I was writing all these tunes at school, and my mum would tell me that I get in trouble all the time, even in playgroup, for singing when I was not meant to be. And they'd ask me what I was singing, and I'd always say, oh, I don't know, I just made it up. And that's just, you know, it's always been a part of me, the very essence of who I am. And So I would say I'm a singer-songwriter. Sometimes I'm a songwriter who sings. Sometimes I'm more involved in the writing stage of things. But it's fluid, you know, it moves. It depends where I am in my state of mind at that time. You know, if I'm writing for a record or with somebody else, I've just got my songwriter hat on.
Well, that's a big talent to have, a songwriter. We've spoken to many people, and like what you're saying exactly there is coming straight off the tongue of someone like Catherine Britt and Casey Chambers that have said, you know, we've always had it and it just falls out. Whereas you have other artists that are singing and really struggling with songwriting. You know, they're saying our songs come out like limericks, you know, because they all have to rhyme and it just doesn't work for them. So I think it's a born talent that you can actually do that.
You know what I really think it is, honestly? It's a lot of it's practice. You know, the more you write, the better you get. But I think it's really, for me, it's very much like opening up a channel. I don't know, tuning in to some sort of, it's going to sound fruity, but a higher power or something. And I just kind of let it flow and let it come out. And I have these moments where, you know, that I seem to tune in quite well and it all comes out real easy. And there are other days when it's like pulling teeth. You know, it's not always that simple. But I write a lot, and so you know, I can nut out the diamonds between the stone, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure I caught up with you somewhere, Lyn, years ago. Now, this is testing my memory, but caught up with you somewhere ago, and you got up and sung 65 Roses and said, now this is the way it's supposed to be sung.
Oh, honey, you've got me mixed up with another lady. I'm having a moment, but her last name's Collier, I believe.
Oh, okay, there you go. I'm having a moment now too.
Get back on your bike and start pedalling.
I'll go. Sorry, Lyn.
Have a coffee, Dad.
Sorry, Lyn. I'll go. There you go. There you go. There you go. I thought it was Lyn.
Well, there you go. It wasn't. Now,
but you did win. Now, hang on a second. You did win.
We were having a fight and we hadn't checked it out.
You did win Star Maker, didn't you?
Yes,
well, there you go.
At the time, 15 years ago, when I won Star Maker.
How many years ago?
15 years ago, so that would make me about 12.
Yeah, so 15 years ago, 1997.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it right.
There you go.
Because I'm thinking, no, it was earlier than that. And he's going, no, so we're having a fight. And we forgot to look it up in all our kerfuffle tonight. Well, you say you're only 12. Well, we actually spoke to Lee Kernaghan earlier, and he reckons he was only 5 when he won his.
Yeah, he was. He's had a really hard life.
Yeah.
Oh, he'd be listening, you know.
Oh, he'd had a really hard life.
Now, Lyn, you're coming to Caboolture, so we've got the big Urban Country Music Festival, and truly, I've been saying it not just tonight, but I say it every year, the Urban Blaze is my favourite concert, and you're going to be kicking it off for us on the Sunday there. But on the Saturday at 11:30, you're over at Songwriters Cafe. Now, we've got you down here with Brendan Radford, Lyn Bowtell, and a special guest. I don't suppose you've got any insight to who this special guest might be?
Am I allowed to say?
Yeah, you can.
Go on.
We'll turn the microphones off so no one can hear.
Hey, we got a scoop from Lee earlier saying that, you know, I'm pretty sure Robbie's going to be up there singing Fire with him on the Friday night.
Beautiful.
So if we can get scoops from Lee, come on.
Okay, all right. Well, let me tell you about this woman, and maybe you might be able to put your finger on it. So there you go. She's a woman.
Right.
She's got a gorgeous smile, big, beautiful smile. I would say she's quite vivacious.
Would her mother be a performer from Adelaide?
You might say that.
Okay, well, we won't say any more now, okay?
Her mother might be Carol Sturzel.
She could be.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
anything else away?
Well, now I'm sorry I asked.
Oh, very nice. Okay, we might leave that one up as sleeve.
And I do love shiny things, and she's a shiny thing.
Oh, she is.
Rainbows and butterflies and all of that.
We better stop.
It's all happening, all these segues. Now, if you haven't guessed who it is, you don't deserve to come and see her.
No, that's right.
Exactly right.
Exactly. Now, Lyn, when you're performing there on the Sunday night at the Urban Blaze, what are we going to see? Are we going to see any Bella come out on Sunday? Are we going to see all the new stuff? Bit of mix? What are we going to see by Lyn?
Well, I'll be playing with a band, so it's actually going to be heaps of fun. I get to work with a great bunch of guys, and actually Sean Rudd, who produced the record, will be playing with me as well. And you're going to hear some songs. I might do a couple that you might recognise from Bella, like About a Girl. Mm-hmm. But the rest are going to be all brand new songs from my new record, Secret Songs.
Excellent. Well, I've got to tell you, the crowd, this is the best crowd up here, I'll tell you. Have you been to Urban before?
You know what, I haven't been to the Urban Festival before, but I have been to Caboolture and I have sung there many a time in my early teens. And being a Queensland girl myself, I'm quite aware of where we're going, and I'm really looking forward to it because Queensland crowds are the best crowds ever.
Well, we are, and I can tell you that the Urban Blaze crowd is probably the best audience you're going to be singing to.
All right, well, I will bring my best.
And they always love to sing along.
They do like to sing along, I've heard.
How's that for a segue? Does that work?
Oh, it's painful. But tell us about the new album. We are going to be playing the new single off that, Sing Along. Tell us a little bit about that one before we let you go.
Okay, well, Sing Along is, I would say, the catchiest song on my record. I know that's a big call, and you might want to buy the record and compare all the tunes and get back to me on that one. But I really think it is one of the catchiest tunes I've ever written. And I actually wrote it because I was feeling a little bit sad. I missed my family, particularly my eldest niece, who was growing up a little bit too fast, and she wouldn't friend me on Facebook, guys. I mean, that's the truth. She wouldn't even friend me on Facebook.
My daughter doesn't even let me do that, so I understand you completely.
It broke my heart, and so I wrote her this song and I sent it to her and I said, you know, I hope we'll always be good, and that's one of the lyrics in the song. And it worked. We're now Facebook friends.
I was going to say it had to have worked. Well, Lyn, we're going to have to let you go. Nick Kirby's getting very anxious because he normally goes on at 8 o'clock. Well, we've gone over. He'll just have to wait for us. We're more important tonight.
Bless his cotton socks.
Okay, so do you want to send us out for good night, everybody? And we're going out with Lyn Bowtell. Give us a segue on your song.
I hope you enjoy it, guys. I'll see you at the Urban Festival. This is my new single, Sing Along.